So we're going to run a quick Olympic update for the day. Grant, you had all the notable updates in front of you. Then we're going to talk about the Norwegian bronze medalist biathlete who had a hell of a post-game interview. But why don't you run us through the medal count and all that?
Yes, so Team USA, as we record this on Thursday morning, they're sitting at third in the tally with 12 medals. Norway is at 13, and the host nation, Italy, is at 14. So a little bit of a home turf buff. I remember when Russia got fourth in the World Cup, and it was like, what? But they were in front of it was in their country, in front of their home fans. So it's clearly making a big difference for the Italians. They were pretty big underdogs before this whole thing started, and they are climbing up. If we look at the odds to win the most medals at the Winter Olympics, it is unsurprisingly those three as the top three. However, although Italy is second, they're only plus 3,300 in odds. It is a two-horse race between Norway and Team USA. Norway is at minus 195, USA at plus 140. Definitely still in favor of Norway. However, this is a big change from opening odds. Norway was minus 310 on day one. Again, they are now down to minus 195. USA has gone from plus 550 at opening down to plus 140. So the Americans definitely on the charge. There were some big upsets in the skating events. They made the mixed doubles curling gold medal match for the first time ever. Didn't win, but was their first time in the gold medal match, got a silver, came up behind Sweden. So Team USA, they still got a long way to go, but they are off to a very good start.
It's crazy. The Olympics goes on for like another month, pretty much.
What is the final day? That's a good question.
It's got to be the end of the month. I don't know. There's so many different events. Like they're, right now they're doing like team skiing and all that. And, I guess figure skating continues to go on and there's so many events. But it does go for a while. We're just starting hockey up today. So the U.S. faces off against Latvia today. Canada faces off against Czechia, Czech Republic. You say it? Czechia?
Czechia, yep.
Czechia.
And it goes until February 22nd. So it's 16 days.
Gotcha. So we still got a little while there.
Still got 10 days left. Yep.
I'm excited to watch hockey today. I think that's the sport I gravitate to the most, obviously being the, one of the not normal ones, but one that we see on TV all the time. I think skiing's really fun to watch. Figure skating's okay, depending on what event it is and, who it is. But yeah, have you been enjoying the Olympics so far?
It's been fun. Normally I like the downhill. Normally I'm a downhill guy. I like seeing them go really fast. I enjoyed watching Jordan. I can't believe I forgot his name. Jordan, whoever, the guy who won the speed skating, the 1,000 meter. That was awesome. He had the comeback against the Dutch guy. But yeah, overall, I've had a fun time watching these Olympics. Normally I'm much more of a Summer Olympics guy. I normally put the Winter Olympics on the back burner. I got all the respect in the world for the athletes, obviously, but it's been a lot of fun, yeah. And part of it's probably because Team USA is doing well. I'm feeling patriotic, representing the country. But it's been cool.
It's just nice to have something on TV, I think, during the day. Like it's something to know that it's live during the day. Curling was fun. Canada had a hell of a curling match the other day. It's been good. Really looking forward, though, to the hockey getting started today. But there was a interesting story that came out of the Olympics so far. I'm going to try not to butcher the name. Sturla Holm Legreed.
I'm sure that's exactly how you pronounce it.
He won a bronze medal in the 20-kilometer biathlon, and he said his ex hopes that she can still love him after he won. So he gets on the mic after, and he goes, 3 months ago, the love of my life, the most beautiful and kindest person, talking about his ex-girlfriend. I told her a week ago, it's been the worst week of my life. I had a gold medal in life, and there's probably a lot of people out there who look at me differently now, but I only have eyes for her. Sports has taken a bit backseat these past couple days. I wish I could share this with her. So he basically shooted his shot after cheating on the girl in the post-game interview. And I think she came out and said she didn't care, basically. He said, I'm not ready to give up. I hope that committing social suicide like this might show her how much I love her. I accept the consequences of what I've done. I regret it with all my heart. Maybe I'm dumb as a rock. I'm a member of Mensa, but I still do stupid stuff. You realize this is the woman in my life, and I can't live my whole life keeping that from her. My only path to the finish line is to tell her everything and put it on the table and hope that she'll still love me. I've done that for her, and now for the entire world. I've got nothing to lose. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, so she did put out something, I think it was on her Instagram, and essentially she said, "I've been communicating with him. He knows where I stand on this. I hate that he dragged me into this, and this doesn't change anything." So I was talking about this with my girl last night, and she, her initial reaction was, "Oh, can you believe he dragged her in like that?" And of course, I'm a man, and I've never been guilty of cheating on anybody. So don't get me wrong here. I'm not sticking up for him for that reason. But I'm thinking about it and like, this guy's never gonna have a bigger stage in his life than the Olympics. And it is selfish to drag her into this, but at the same time, like he can't do anything else, assuming he's not just a completely different person behind the scenes. But like if he's broken behind the scenes and he says this is the most reach I'm ever gonna have, I get it. You got to throw a Hail Mary. Go get your girl back. And he did what he could. And it seems like it's not going to work.
I respect it. No, I really do. I don't think it was the right move because at the end of the day, if you don't get her back, you don't want to look back on this moment of you like becoming one of the best athletes in the world and then having to look back at your post game speech and see this like your future wife and your
Yeah,
kids and all
especially
that.
if he marries someone else one day, he's got kids. And
Yeah, I mean, there were probably better ways to handle the situation than this, but like the part where he's like, I'm committing social suicide that shows how much I love you. Good for him, obviously. But you don't want to look back on this moment and be like, that is what I talked about after winning the bronze medal at the Olympics.
that's the only worry is if you are with someone else or if you're alone, and you're 40, 50 years old and you're just going back and seeing you accomplish one of the greatest things a human can accomplish. And you're talking about a girl that you haven't spoken to in 30 years.
But if he loved her so much, he still cheated on her.
Yeah. Men are stupid.
I guess so. I don't know. That's interesting to me. But yeah, just crazy moment at the Olympics. That's probably been the craziest thing so far for sure. You don't get this much coming out of the Olympics.
Have we ever had something like that? And maybe not ever, but like, when's the last time we had something crazy like that in a big American sport?
I don't know. There's been wild press conferences, but like usually the pressers in American sports aren't individual related.
Yeah.
Like they're all team sports, so it's maybe a little different. I don't know.
I think the last really, really crazy one we got was probably Richard Sherman with Aaron Andrews.
Yeah, that was a good one. Um, like you get weird moments like this year. Like the one that comes to mind this year is Justin Herbert blowing off ESPN for the post game, but like that wasn't this. He just didn't want to talk.
Yeah.
You know,
That was a lot different.
yeah, that's a lot different. Will Campbell not speaking to reporters this year after the Super Bowl.
Whatever. He's just not. He's salty. He's not showing
That
up.
was ridiculous. There's nothing worse than that, by the way.
There. I mean, yeah, I agree. But people do that all the time.
It's just the worst. They should be fined like $1 million for doing that.
They do get fined. It's not $1 million, but they do get fined, right? You have to be available for the press.
It should be $1 million. It should be like this hurts me money to not get up here and speak. Like him coming out the other day saying, I didn't want to say anything I regret. Like you're a professional athlete, bro. Like you are paid to talk to the media. You're paid to play football. You sucked at your job. You got to go take accountability.
Yeah. I can understand where he's coming from, but at the very least you go up there and you just say, you remember the Russell Westbrook interview where he actually had several of them where he just said the same thing over and over again. Like, and Marshawn Lynch, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Like if you have to do that, fine, do it, but you can't skip out.
Yeah, I'm not really in the mood to talk, guys. It wasn't my night. It wasn't our night. I'll address it more in my exit interview, but I'm pretty upset right now. Boom. Keep it at that.
Yeah. And then you can walk out after that, answer one question and leave.
Yep. But nope. That's not how Big Willie handled it.
Small arms Willie.
Small arms Willie. Yeah, he'll working at Amazon. Those memes have been killer for him. But anyways, anything else on the Olympics, Grant, before we move on?
One thing actually, I'll say this. I don't understand, and I've forgotten the name of it, but there's the downhill where you're at the top and you ski down, right? And they get training runs and everything. There's the one, it just happened yesterday. The one where you don't even get to practice on it. You can get pictures of it, but you don't get to practice and you get one attempt and you have to go at it. the only thing I can compare that to is like playing hardcore mode on Call of Duty, where you get,
Slalom, maybe?
whatever it's called. It's just you don't get to train on the course, and then you get one attempt and it's over. It's still the same event as downhill. It's a slightly different course, but it's weird to me that it's just so final.
I'm interested what ski race this is.
It happened yesterday. So if we do Wednesday Winter Olympic results,
Super G. Do not
That's
get a
it,
practice
yes.
run on the actual competition course is the Super G. I wonder why.
It seems a little strange, right?
So Super G combines speed and technical, but it's limited to the race run due to time constraints and the desires to make the course test a pure visual memory and athletic adaptation. I mean, you're not going as fast on Super G because it's a combination of slalom and downhill. So maybe that's why.
Right, but I just imagine if NBA players weren't allowed to go do shoot around, or quarterbacks weren't allowed to throw a football before a game, and it's not even a game. Like, it's a strongest arm contest, but there's just no training runs. There's only one attempt, and this is the Olympics, where depending on the sport, you get 3, you get 5, you get 6 attempts. This one's just 1 and it's over. It seems a little weird.
I think the only difference here is most of these people race the downhill before, and I think you do it on the same. You might do it on the same.
It's a different course.
It's a different course.
Yeah, but you're right. Most of them did the downhill as well.
So I guess you're warmed up, but yeah, that's weird. I don't know.
It seems just too sudden for an event of this magnitude.
Yeah, I would say so. It doesn't feel safe to not give them a practice run.
Yeah, I'm gonna run on that platform when I become International Olympic Committee chairman.